Tell me about your character first of all, please, Jonny.
I play Michael Young, who was the public affairs guy for Consolidated Goldfields, and he is trying to find a way to ensure that, well, in our story, because his motives are, we play as, you know, ambiguous. To find the real story, you'd have to talk to Michael himself, but we are assuming that he's trying to get these two parties together. He's trying to get the ANC to talk to leading Afrikaners, because they won't talk, the government won't talk to them. So Consolidated Goldfields have an interest in South Africa, so they want to ensure smooth transition of power, because they feel that the writing is on the wall in South Africa for both the government. So they have an interest in making sure that things happen peacefully, a business interest initially. And so Michael is initiating these meetings, trying to get that going. And then it really becomes something much more, I think, personal for him. I think he sees, and that's the great part that I liked about this character. People often start things for a reason, and then it becomes much more important to them, and they realise the sort of the effect that they can have really on a large amount of people. So it's interesting, yeah.
Tell me how you felt when you first read the script.
I thought it was very well written, and I just thought it was a fascinating insight into a side of a story that I don't think very many people knew about. It's a small part of a very big process. A lot of things happen during this time, and it's not the only the only reason that what happened. But I think it's a very important part of that, and I was just fascinated by that. And I liked the part that I was asked to read.
What's Pete like to work with, the director?
He's great to work with. He's very different. I mean, it's very. I think because he's shooting this film in a sort of very fly on the wall style. So we get to and the way he's shooting it along with David Odd, they are going for that feeling. So there's not a lot of equipment around. I mean, there's more lights in this room doing this interview than I've seen on set for the whole film so far. So you really don't fit. Even though there's a group of guys there, it's quite easy to ignore them. So we have. He also encourages a small amount of improvisation to get us to the jump-off point for the scene. It's fantastic. He's also likes to rehearse. So I mean, as much as you can on a job like this, we had about a week of rehearsal, and he got us all together. He actually took us paintballing before we did any rehearsal, so that we could shoot each other, and then somehow that would bond us as actors.
Now, you're no stranger to working with great actors, but you've got a cracking cast here, haven't you, to work with? Yes.
But every cast must have a weak link, and here, you know. But I'm quite happy to take that.
Tell me about working with William Hurt.
It's great. I mean, he's very intense, and he's what he brings. I mean, apart from being William Hurt, and that's always fascinating to see how someone with such a massive reputation and stature in the business, to see how they work. For me, it's very interesting, and he's extremely. It pays a lot of attention to detail, but he's very encouraging us to stay real, and it's good to have someone who really tries to drive that home all the time, because we're working quite a hectic schedule, as you always do when you don't have big budgets, and William's always encouraging us to find the real moment, and I really like that. It's great to watch.
I'm talking to you on the last day of the British shoot. You're off to South Africa. So have you been before?
No, I've only been. I've been to an airport in South Africa, but that's my extent.
So how are you feeling then about the South African leg of the shoot?
I'm very excited to go. I mean, I know a lot of people who've been to Cape Town, and they have nothing but good things to say about it. Well, they say it's very interesting. I mean, I've been to Africa before, so I know that that certain parts are quite a culture shock. But I'm looking forward to it. It's just this great, it's a good part of this profession. The great part of this profession is you get to go and experience in other places a lot. You get paid for it. You kidding me?
How's the accent to nail? Was it tough?
I'm English.
So you're okay.
Sorry, I should have mentioned.
So you're all right.
Yeah, I'm okay.
What's been
This is the first time I've done a job in my own voice for years.
Few.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What's been the toughest part of the UK shoot so far for you?
I don't know. I wouldn't say tough, really. It's not. It's been very, very enjoyable. The style of shooting that we've adopted has been quite. The call sheet becomes a sort of a vague wish list of scenes to do. So you have to sort of really be on the ball with where you are in the story and what you're doing, because we've been changing things around a lot and doing stuff because of the light, because they use so much natural light. And it's also because we want to capture a lot of angles and we've had to do some of the scenes quite a lot of times, and I've been used to working really quick and, you get 2 takes maximum. But we've been doing things a lot over and over, and that can be, that's a challenge, when you get tired, to keep, the quality of work up. But, I would say it was tough. It's still fun.
And tell me about Chiwetel Ejiofor. Is he interesting?
What would you like to know?
I'd just like to know what he's like to work with.
He's brilliant to work with. I mean, he's one of my favourite actors, and also a very, very nice guy. So, I mean, he just has this real calm stillness to him, but there's so much going on. I mean, he's very, and he's just done a wonderful job, I think, creating his version of Tubbo and Becky, sort of magnetic to watch, really. Yeah.
Do you think that the film will be controversial in any way? Do you see it like that?
Well, yeah. I mean, this is a topic which has a lot. It was a very, very difficult time for a lot of people, and a lot of people died, and a lot of people had their lives turned upside down, and so that's not. There's never easy subjects to tackle, things like that. But we're working with a lot of South Africans, and they seem to believe in what we're doing. So, we're basing it mostly in on the truth, but we're obviously making an interpretation of stuff that we didn't know exactly how it happened. So it's drama. It's a dramatization. So someone's always got something to say, but I think debate and talking about stuff is not so bad. I mean, we're really not doing any harm, I don't think. So, yeah.
Thank you, Jonny. That was lovely.